energy is vibrating with energy and inner power. I am motivated beyond belief. I am reconnected to my true self. I am living a life of control. I am a god in this reality. I radiate sex appeal and confidence. I maintain supreme impulse control. I am always calm and relaxed in all situations. Confidence is my true birthright. My features are legendary and desirable. I have bulletproof social confidence. I am capable of anything I set my mind to. I am proud of who I am and what I do. My willpower is always stronger than any temptation I encounter. I resist all temptations as they arise. I take pride in the way I look. I am comfortable in who I am. My passion for life is alive and well. I release the past and focus only on what I am creating here and now. My dopamine stores are replenished more each day. Joy is returning to my life. I do what I must to achieve my goals. Every day I get more and more happier. My eyes are seductive and mesmerizing. My masculinity allows women to be more feminine when in my presence. Others see me as powerful and self-assured. I am dedicated to achieving my goals. I forgive and love myself, even if I encounter what is considered a failure. My goals are what is most important to me. People admire me for my strength of character. People are attracted to my positive and inviting energy. I let go of all cravings. My confidence is rock solid. I need no one's approval and do whatever I please. My voice is powerful and I speak with authority. My eye contact shows my confidence. Women are attracted to me each day. I am proud of my physique and appearance. I can lead any social interactions if I so please. I am irresistibly attractive. I am focused on what is important. I make daily progress towards my goals. I am growing for the better. All women are just naturally attracted to my charisma. All women can feel my sexual energy when they are near me. All desire for old habits is gone. I am free. I hold myself to the highest level of excellence. I can and will improve. I succeed because of my self-discipline. I choose high energy and affirm my success in life. I succeed because of my self-discipline. I choose high energy and affirm my success in life. I am living a life free of temptation. Sexual control is my true force of strength. My energy is vibrating with energy and inner power. I am motivated beyond belief. I am reconnected to my true self. I am living a life of control. I am a god in this reality. I radiate sex appeal and confidence. I maintain supreme impulse control. I am always calm and relaxed in all situations. Confidence is my true birthright. My features are legendary and desirable. I have bulletproof social confidence. I am capable of anything I set my mind to. I am proud of who I am and what I do. My willpower is always stronger than any temptation I encounter. I resist all temptations as they arise. I take pride in the way I look. I am comfortable in who I am. My passion for life is alive and well. I release the past and focus only on what I am creating here and now. My dopamine stores are replenished more each day. Joy is returning to my life. I do what I must to achieve my goals. Every day I get more and more happier. My eyes are seductive and mesmerizing. My mask.
God needs to be reawakened within man. He was born with power and wisdom. With a powerful spirit infused no one. But his uncontrolled desire for pleasure got the best of him.
And the time come for you to be your own man and take on the world, and you did. But somewhere along the line, you changed. You stopped being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you you're no good. You stopped being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you you're no good. You changed.
But I'm the best ever.
Welcome to Man's Superpower. Feel your power, bro.
I present the man's superpower.
Man's superpower.
The man's superpower.
Man's superpower. Bless.
Man's superpower.
So, David, let's go. Get after your goals. Make that money today. Let's go. Man, I owe you the world right now, dude. Like, I think your services are way undervalued.
The most interesting man in the world.
This is a crazy ass testimony. So, David, let's go.
Man's superpower.
Welcome to Man's Superpower. Feel your power, bro. Feel your power, bro. We are back. Welcome. I'm back. Welcome. You wouldn't believe that my work is dedicated to helping men keeping their life force. Growing up, I didn't think that I was going to be a preacher of no fab and semen retention. You never know where life is going to take you. Welcome to another episode of Men's Superpower TV. I've been thinking of adding that. Men's Superpower TV. Welcome to another live. Welcome to another episode. Welcome to another discussion. While you're still alive, while you're still breathing, while you still have life, let's talk. Let's try to give you some inspiration while you still have the time, while you're still young. Because I bet you're young. Because the YouTube analytics tell me that you guys are mostly between 18 and 26. That chunk of the demographics consume most of my content, and then from 27 till 34. Rarely a 40-year-old man would stop at my channel. I've had that though. I've had 40-year-olds. I've had 60-year-olds, but they're in the minority, right? The majority of you guys are between 18 and 26. Almost twice my age. My son is 23. You guys have all your life ahead of you. So I'm spending some of my life trying to get you not to waste the rest of yours. I hope you understand, right? Because I wasted about 25 of mine on the same practice that you're involved in right now. The same practice that some of you did today or earlier. Some of you just a while ago, you jerked off. I spent 25 years on that practice. Or should I say, I wasted 25 years. 25 good years, bro. I woke up and I'm like, oh, damn, I'm 41. Yeah, there's still some redemption, but I can't do what I could have done at 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. When I was in the gym at 29, 30, man, it didn't take a lot to build my traps. It didn't take a lot to build my shoulders. It didn't take a lot to lose weight and build some muscle. It didn't take a lot. But right now at 41, bro, I'm working. I think I'm working out as hard as I used to back then, if not harder, because now I have willpower. I have something extra or experience than when I was 20 something. But at 20 something, within 6 weeks of doing certain exercises, you could see that my shoulders pop, because I love my shoulders and I'm tall. So my upper body, my legs are fine. Yeah, I don't have skinny legs. But my traps and my shoulders and my back, and it didn't take much for that to pop. But it's not the same right now, right? And so when I think about my life, then I think about you. I think about so many young men that are spending time morning, noon, day on the hub. Now, here is something, bro. I'm not here saying that you should never go on the hub. I know. Because it could be near impossible for you. It could be near impossible for you. But what I'm saying, though, is that you can learn to wake up. You know, you can learn to wake up, and you can learn to manage your life. You know, here's what I've done to get off the hub years past. I used to schedule the hub. I used to schedule it. You know? Instead of going on there, not knowing when and for how long, I used to schedule it. My schedule used to be Friday night, somewhere 9 and 10. At first, it used to be every Friday night, 1 hour, 5 flicks. I know. Some of you are saying, but it's hard to do that, David. It's hard to put that schedule. You can work at it. You can work at it. We see, I have a video where I said, I don't advise you quitting porn cold turkey, because you're going to damage your brain. One, and that's how you're actually really going to be an addict for the rest of your life. Because when you shock your brain right now by just dropping an old habit, and you didn't go through the process of rewiring your brain, because your brain doesn't have a willpower. I got to tell you about, brother, willpower is a function of your consciousness, right? Your brain, in its mechanism, does not have willpower. Your brain does not have something that says, I don't want to do this no more, and then it stops. No, your brain is a system, it's a mechanism. And so you have to change certain things in the system if you want a different result. You can't just drop. There are more addicts, and I'm talking about alcoholism, gambling, overspending, hoarding. There are more addicts damaged and who go back and binge and destroy themselves because they stopped cold turkey. You know, the best recovery centers in the nation are those who take people on a gradual recovery. They take the people on a gradual recovery. Now, there are some centers like the ones who treat people, heroin addicts and stuff, like crack addicts. So those people need to be isolated and be medicated and subdued because of the physical turmoil that they go through as they go through withdrawals. But nobody is going to take you away. Nobody's going to isolate you on this journey. You're gonna have to do this work by yourself. In fact, most of society supports this practice. It's only a group of us, a minority of us, who are saying this is not good for you, this is going to destroy you. The majority of people saying, nah, man, everybody does this, it's not going to hurt you, it's not going to destroy your life. And so I said in that video, if you quit cold turkey, you will relapse, you will go back, and you will go back hard. Because the way your brain is designed is Because you quit cold turkey, that means you shocked your brain. Your brain is like, what the heck just happened? We are not doing this habit. This habit has been established for the past 10 years. We've been doing this for the past 10 years, and now you're telling me that we're not going to do it. And so your brain now is feeling the lack of dopamine release, right? And of course, your brain is dopamine hungry. It wants to release the dopamine. It wants that entertainment, right? And so 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, your brain is in that state of deprivation. And somehow one day you get overwhelmed, because you will get overwhelmed. You will get triggered either by your old triggers or by unknown triggers that are unknown to you right now. But you will get triggers. Something will happen. You will lose your job. You will lose your money. Your girlfriend will lose you. Your mother will kick you out of the house. Your father will pass away. God forbid. But some shit will go down in your life that will trigger you, and you will go back. And when you do, that's it. Your brain is going to go in overdrive mode, saying, we are now locking this habit down because we went without it for 3 months. Have you tried any diet that cuts certain things out? I've tried diets that cut carbs out, like for example, rice, right? This one time I went a long time without rice, and I was on whatever diet. And then I had a girlfriend, a Haitian girlfriend. She cooked some rice and she said, just taste it. I'm like, nah, I don't want to taste it. I'm looking good, baby, all slim and all that, muscles popping out. She said, nah, just a little bit. Man, listen, I tasted that rice and I ended up eating the half of the pot on the spot. And then I went and researched it because I didn't understand how now I'm binging on rice. I went and researched it, and that's when I bumped into the idea of, yes, those diets don't work, or any practice like that doesn't work, because you didn't just find yourself addicted to anything or to PMO. You gradually became addicted. You see, you didn't just gain weight overnight. You gradually gained weight overnight. So the same process in a reverse way needs to happen. You need to get off gradually, but we're doing the reverse. And so that video got some backlashes. And at one point in time, I actually unlisted the video, but I put it back. And I was like, shit, my balls are big enough. Because that's what I believe. When I get clients, I don't say, well, we'll stop altogether. I'm like, let's work together. Let's work on the plan. When was the last time you watched? When was the last time you peaked? Because truth of the matter is, bro, here is the truth of what I'm saying right now. Here is the truth of it. This society right now, you can't get away from XXX materials. You can't get away from those kind of materials. It's everywhere, bro. It's everywhere. It comes to you. It's on the gram, it's on YouTube, it's everywhere. You're not safe. You would have to leave modern society and retreat into the woods of, I don't know, the Himalayas or even the Brazil jungle, Amazon. Just retreat there and go live with those tribes over there without any technology. That's the only way you would be safe. But guess what though? You would still won't be safe. Because you know why? Because you have your brain. Imagination is more powerful than knowledge. Imagination is more powerful than technological tool. In fact, imagination is probably the biggest technology that you have. I bet you, if I drop you right now in the Amazons where there's no technology for you to use and go on the hub, you would go on the hub in your imagination, in your mind. You would go and close your eyes and bring back the memory of those flicks. So you're not safe anywhere. So what I advocate is what I have done for myself. That is, find a way to manage your life. Rewire your brain. Rewire your cells. Reprogram your subconscious mind, where you now have the upper hand on your unconscious mind. Now you have the upper hand on your limbic brain. That means your animal brain, the animal side of you. Now you have the upper hand. Now you have the control. Now you know you can eat, you can have a couple of scoops from a pint of ice cream without eating the whole ice cream. Now you will know that if somehow you come across some pug or whatever you on the gram, you'll just keep going instead of it pulling you away out of your life and it pulling you away out of your day and go do something that you're not supposed to be doing. This is what I advocate. I advocate personal power. I advocate personal empowerment. I advocate building yourself. And I'm not even talking about building your willpower. That's a part of it too, but willpower is not enough. Because if willpower were enough, you wouldn't be watching this live right now, because you wouldn't be on the hub anyway. You would have just willed yourself out of it. You would have just said, I don't want to do this no more, and stop. And you have said that 1,000 times before. And yet, right after you said it, you went back on it. What I advocate is, there are so many tools out there. We have, for example, NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. That's a philosophy on how, that's based on neuroscience. That's a philosophy that tells you how the brain works and how you can rewire your brain for whatever you want to do, whatever you want to quit, or whatever you want to begin to do. That's what I advocate. Because it's unrealistic and near impossible to tell a man, stay away from any kind of XXX materials in this day and age. And so you may be 20, you know, a lot of guys that I'm in touch with personally are no older than 25. But the struggles that they go through, the things that they're wasting in their lives, the depression, the lack of self-confidence, it's unfair that these guys are experiencing those things at such a young age. I mean, for me, it's unfair. Like, it's unfair that you have not even lived life. You just showed up in life, and that's what you're already dealing with. You're 20, you're 19, you're 21. This is, at 21, you're supposed to be full of confidence, full of testosterone, full of power, full of, although you would be obnoxious and somewhat full of yourself, but you're supposed to be full of yourself at that age. It pains me, it breaks my heart when I get a new client and he's 22 or 23, and that man can't even step out of the house. And I'm like, you just begin to live life and life fucks you up. You just begin to live life, and this is how it is for you. So how are you going to manage to be my age? That's a long way from here. If you're already in such a deep state of depression because of the way life is, because of the way modern life is, how are you going to make it to 50? How are you going to make it to 45? It's unfair. But who's responsible? Well, it doesn't even matter who's responsible. We can do something about it. That's what matters. Let's see who's in the chat with me. Isa Azil, are you still here? I'm gonna send you the cash app. The cash app is David Rich Forever. David Rich Forever. Of course, $ David Rich Forever. There we go, Isazil. appreciate it. You know, nobody's going to do it for us, bro. Nobody's going to come and do it. Nobody's going to come and change our lives for us. Nobody. Everybody's out to make money. The hub is out to make money. The girls on OnlyFans are out to make money. You know, it's economics first. So nobody's going to come and take your hand and walk you out of your situation. Nobody's going to come and pull us out. Now we can put materials out there. You can find inspiration. In fact, some of the sources of inspiration out there are really just there to make money. They cannot help you personally. You see, I hope you know that inspiration falls short. How much inspiration are you gonna get before you take action? How much inspiration do you require before you can make something happen in your life? But see, I remember years ago when I woke up to the fact that, oh my God, I've just been buying books, buying programs, going to conferences, getting inspiration, and then I asked myself, but how much inspiration do I need to do something about my life? I mean, how much inspiration do I need to make something happen? And I realized that nobody was going to come to save me. I had to save myself. I had to get to the point to be honest with myself that, okay, I have to save myself. Nobody's coming to save me. The authors of the books that I was reading were not coming to save me. The speakers at the conferences I was attending were not coming to save me. The orators of those audio programs that I was buying and listening to were not coming to save me. I was going to save myself. I was going to make the decision to set myself on a path of recovery, on a path of personal development, on a path of self-empowerment to set myself free. I was going to do that for myself. I'll be right back, guys. Welcome back. And so it might just be a blessing. It might just be a blessing for you to have someone who's gone ahead of you, talking to you about not wasting your life. It might be a huge blessing for you, in fact, because this is stuff that your father should have told you or should be telling you. But of course, we know what the situation is. And the way we see society is everyone has their own calling. So this is my calling to remind you, before you blink, you might actually just waste your life. Before you blink, your life probably will pass you by on this bad habit. I hope you know that these people are just making money. You know, everything that these individuals are doing out there, they're making money, whether it's the hub, whether it's other social media, Bigo Live, OnlyFans, the Gram, Facebook. Well, Facebook is almost no temptation now. But all those people are making money, and you are the commodity. You are the product not only being sold, but you are the product being sold. You are the product being sold, but you are also the customer that the product is being sold to. So you are both customers and products. I hope you understand that. You are both customers and products of these social media platforms. Yeah. So it's up to you, bro. If you're gonna continue wasting your life watching, enjoying, and more than that, wasting your energy too. Wasting your own energy too. Just remember, ain't nobody coming to save you to get off the hub. Nobody's coming to save you to get off the hub. And see, what's happening is, like I said in one of my lives recently, the money that you spend on these things, the money that you spend on OnlyFans, Tinder accounts, and even hookers, even for hookers, that's not your cost. That's not the cost of pornography or addiction. That's not even the real cost of it all. The real cost of it all is what you're not doing with your life while you're doing those things. The real cost is opportunity cost. What opportunities are you foregoing while engaging in these activities? What activities, what are you giving up? What else could you be doing with your life? What childhood dreams have you forgotten since you've been on the hub, or since you've been involved in this practice? I'm gonna tell you, bro, there is a certain level of depression for a guy to fall into that lasts a whole life. These things put you into a lifetime state of depression that you never recover entirely, or a lifetime existential crisis that you never recover from entirely. Like it's a chronic undertone of depression and existential crisis, because your brain is fucked up. It's like the CPU of a computer. Once that's fucked up, the computer is fucked up. It doesn't matter how nice the computer is. It doesn't matter how recent it is. If the CPU is messed up, the computer is messed up. If the computer part of the car is messed up, it doesn't matter how beautiful the outside of the car is. It doesn't matter how fast it is said to be able to go. But if the computer is messed up, it's messed up, just like us. It's a virus. You see, there is a certain amount of time that you have spent on the hub and on addiction or drinking, whatever. Once you've fucked up, once you've messed up to a certain extent in your brain, that's it. The residue is always going to follow you. It's gonna become an undertone in your life. Yeah, you will recover, you will live life, but it will never be the same as before. Yeah, you can accomplish more afterwards. Yes, you can have better self-esteem, better self-worth. You can go further afterwards. But when it comes to the way you feel about yourself, like mentally and deeper on the inside, you will always feel like there's something that's bothering you at the bottom of your life. And so guys fall into deep states of depression, and then the depression remains as an undertone in their lives. I'm gonna tell you, bro, 25 years being consumed by lust, 25 years pursuing women, 25 years watching porn and jerking off. Although it's been 5 years since I've really been on this new NoFap and Semen Retention practice, I'm gonna tell you, bro, the damages stay with me. Some of the damages still they follow me around, like they're in me. There's this part of me, like I will have to work harder to make things happen, because those 25 years were 25 years of lethargy. There were 25 years of laziness. There were 25 years of, no passion at all. So now if I have something that I'm passionate about, it seems like I'm working 3 times harder to work out, to make it happen, to pursue a certain calling, because part of me has the default setting of laziness, lethargy, confusion, lack of clarity. So as I come here and present these materials and encourage you and inspire you, and I often tell you, no, bro, I'm suffering too. I'm suffering from the repercussions. I'm suffering from the side effects of PMO after 25 years. You see, when I wake up in the morning, when I was younger, I would be excited just by the fact of being up, of waking up, right? But now, no. I have to tell myself that, okay, yeah, life is good. Life is beautiful. Let's go, David. Let's go. It's not like I just woke up and be like, oh, shit, yeah, I'm happy. Everything is beautiful. No. I have to manage myself. There is a certain innocence that I have lost. That there is a certain essence to me that I have lost and that I have not recovered. Yeah, I've recovered a lot of things. Yes, I psyched myself. I work on myself. I have rewired my brain. I have reprogrammed my self-conscious mind. But I want to let you know, bro, there are things that I've lost that I haven't recovered. There's a certain level of excitement about life that I've lost, that I haven't recovered. You see, when you're young, you have the innocence of life. You have not faced situations. You have not cried. You have not faced situations where you would become suicidal. But by the time you're 30-something and you've faced situations and you've become suicidal and you've had a few existential crises and you've had some deep depression moments, it fucks your brain up. It fucks your mind up. You're a totally different person. Now you have to govern your life. You have to guide your life consciously, as opposed to when you're young and you haven't experienced those things. You seem to be excited about everything. You seem to believe that you're going to become something in your life. You seem to believe that your life is going to become beautiful one day in the future. But you lose that innocence, you lose that excitement, you lose that enthusiasm by the years that you spend clicking, swiping, jerking off, trying to get that chick to go on a date. Those dating apps and those, you lose that excitement, you lose that enthusiasm for life, you lose the will to fight. You also lose the joy of winning and the joy of competition, healthy competition, that is. You know, a young man is full of testosterone. He's all about competing. He's all about, I'm going to be the best. He's all about, I'm going to be the best at what I do right now. He's all about, nobody's going to count me out. He's all about, nobody's going to leave me behind. But then he spends 5 years on the hub. He spends 5 years on PMO. His psyche is broken. His willpower is dismantled. His enthusiasm is destroyed. You see this young man, he can barely talk. He can barely move. Now he settles for a regular job. The same go-getter young man that you knew 5 years ago is now a cashier somewhere, and he gets off, go be on social media, go to sleep, go back to work, be on social media afterwards, go to sleep, go back. He repeats it because he has lost his fire. He has lost his love for winning. There's a certain feeling about doing something new or succeeding at something that PMO can take away from you. I knew it before, but right now I have to create that feeling in me. It doesn't come as naturally. I have to create it. I have to know that, okay, well, David, if you need to accomplish this, then you have to be excited about this and find ways to make myself excited about it. Just like right now I'm studying filmmaking. I do want to get into filmmaking because I've always been a storyteller, and I have to tell myself, okay, yeah, you really want to do this. You really like this. You can see how you're going to have an impact and influence. Yeah, David, let's go. Whereas you in your teens, in your 20s, you naturally would get excited about embarking on this new journey, studying this new craft so you can deliver something, because you still have the joy of winning. You still have the joy of success. You still have the joy of making something happen. PMO can take that away from you. Isazil, you still here? I sent you that Cash App handle. Yes, sir. That's exactly right. Yeah. Relapsing means you're growing. That is true. However, completely cold turkey is dangerous, because once you relapse, that's it. You go back. You're not stopping. You see, that's the thing. And yeah. Once you stop cold turkey, oh, you better never relapse, because once you relapse, that's it. You're gone. You ain't stopping no more. You're gone. You ain't stopping no more. I remember in the Bible, Jesus tells a story about a man that was possessed by demons, right? He tells the parable that the man was possessed and the demon was cast out of that man, and the demon went away, stayed away for some time, and then comes back. When he comes back on the man, he finds the man was in great spirit, great shape, everything is good. The man was strong, and that spirit could not get back into that man, right? Because the man was strong. That spirit, that demon, went back out there into its own world and find 7 more wicked spirits to accompany him to come back now and invade that host, that old host. And Jesus said, when they did, now this host case, this man's case, is the worst than it's ever been. Because remember, initially the man was possessed by one demon that left him, and that demon came back, find the man in good shape, said, oh, okay, so I can come back in here? Okay, no problem. That demon went and find 7 more wicked demons to accompany it, and comes back, and they knock the man down. Now it's 8 of them. They whoop his ass, and now they invaded him. Now they 8 of them possessed him. Now tell me that man is not worse. That's a parable that you can use in this life. Basically, what's I'm saying is, if you do your shit, if you get rid of something, make sure you stay on that. Because once you go back, once you relapse, it's going to be much harder. Those demons now are stronger. They went and got themselves some backup. And now your case is worse as it's ever been. So cold turkey will actually make sure that you stay addicted. I guarantee you that. Alcoholics who quit cold turkey, oh yeah, once they relapse, that's it. Then living that alcohol. Smokers who quit cold turkey, that's it. Once they relapse, then living that cigarette. Because after cold turkey relapse, when you yes, Azil. Yes, you're right. Yeah, Menskindgom or David. Yeah, Menskindgom is fine. So both of them will come here. Menskindgom is for the channel. That's how the channel used to become. It used to be called. The channel used to be Menskindgom. Yes, I got it. So you can send the rest. I appreciate you, my brother, for blessing me today. And so when you quit cold turkey, you violate. Oh my God, you violate so many principles, bro. When you quit anything cold turkey, you violate so many principles. You have to wean yourself off. You violate natural laws. You do. Because just like a baby is born, just like a woman is pregnant, that baby takes 9 months to develop. It's a growing process. It's a process. That baby is born. It's a process for me to come to being 41 right now. Everything in nature is a process. It's a progressive advancement, either towards the positive or towards the negative. It's either progress or regression. So the way you become addicted to anything is progressively, right? It was through a process. Tell me if you don't remember the first time you watched a flick or the first time you came across something PMO related. I remember the first time I watched a little video of this girl shaking her booty and stuff like that. It was like, I mean, you know, it was crazy. It got me going. But within 1 month, that little video didn't do anything to me, because now I needed harder videos, you know. She still had G-strings on her. Now I need nude booty shaking videos. And now it was like, whoa, one is not enough. I need several ladies now. And now shaking it is not enough. and it's an escalation. It's a progressive escalation, and that's how at the end of several years you're fucked up. So you have to do that same process in reverse. You have to wean yourself off in reverse. But if you stop automatically, you violate the law, or you break so many natural laws, and you're gonna pay the consequences. You're gonna suffer the consequences. You're gonna pay for it, and the way you're gonna pay for it is you will relapse. It will be a binge, and you will become way more addicted again. I was laughing at myself some time ago, and I said, man, when did I decide that I was going to become this sort of speaker? I thought I was going to become a Christian pastor. That's what I was being groomed for. I went to Bible school. I have a bachelor in practical theology. Iron in the Soul and myself, I've had similar experiences. We spent time talking together on our experiences in the church as ex-youth leaders and members of leaderships and stuff like that. But here I am advocating for something sex-related, which I struggled with in the beginning to start, but here I am. Because when I look around, I'm like, well, somebody has to say the things that I'm saying. The things that I'm saying are on my mind. They want to come out, so I need to say them. So I'm going to find a way to say them. That's true. I wanted to quit cold turkey, to go cold turkey, but relapsed many times, and it was very aggravated by that, of course. It's getting easier now. It's getting easier now, though. It's been a year so far of struggling, but it's getting easier. It's getting easier, and your brain is being rewired. You're making some progress in reverse. I mean, you're getting yourself off. You're making some progress towards that. Another thing out there, bro. There are so many individuals writing articles, making videos, even creating courses, and even coaching men addicted to PMO. But those guys themselves were never addicted to PMO. There are several companies out there that those guys, the guys... Hold on, guys. My bad. Man, listen, bro. Listen, man. Don't listen to those people who were never addicted to PMO. So you shouldn't even be reading articles that are written by some sort of professional unless he agrees that this is a problem. I'm telling you, come on YouTube, watch. You'll be better off watching a guy who's still struggling on the journey, okay, than watching a professional, a guy with with a degree, or a professor of psychology, or professor of sex, or a brain something, neuroscientist who does not believe that this is damaging. Because truth of the matter is, there are men out there who don't have a problem with excessive ejaculation. They don't have a problem with chasing women. They don't have a problem with lust. They don't have a problem with sexual obsession. They don't have a problem with that. They don't have a problem with porn. They can go on, watch a flick, and get off and live their lives. They can do it. Just as I can smoke a couple of cigarettes every once in a while and then be done. I can smoke some cigars. I can have a couple of beers. I can have a couple of drinks, and I'm good. I will never be addicted to those things because they are not my weaknesses. They don't pose any threat to me. I've done them. I've drunk however, but I've never had any push to go drink more or any push to go smoke more. I've smoked cigarettes, and smokers of cigarettes are like, how did you stop? I'm like, well, it never was a problem. I don't know how did I stop. I mean, because he's asking how did I stop, because from his perspective, he wants to stop. He wants to know how did I stop. I'm like, well, there's no stopping, because I wasn't smoking like that to start with. You know, it was a couple of times. You know, I had a few cigarettes with a few guys. I bought a pack. I've shared it with some guy. I mean, it was never a problem. And I'm talking to him as the guy addicted to cigarette smoking, and he's in amazement and awe, like, how did you stop? I'm like, I don't know how I stopped, because it was never a problem. So it's the same thing for PMO. When I tell him I'm coming, put it in the plate already, and I tell him, it's like meeting a young woman who was going to an AA meeting, right? And I told her, oh yeah, I understand addiction, because I've studied addiction, and I myself was addicted to pornography and stuff like that. And she's like, what? Come again? When I told her, she said, how do you get addicted to that? And I asked her, how do you get addicted to alcohol? Because I've had plenty of alcohol and I'm good. I'll be back. All my life, thank you for holding. Thank you for holding. Yeah, I guess. All my life, bro, man, I spent some years in chronic depression, heavy depression. And you know, for those years, I used to think jerking off was just a way to release myself, was a way to relieve my stress, bro. Not knowing that, what? That was what was making me depressed. Yeah, I had problems in life, but I still have problems right now, but I'm not depressed about them. My car has been in the shop, but I'm not depressed about that. And other things, you know, I'm not depressed about that. But constantly releasing the nutrients out of your body, the fluids out of your body, necessary minerals out of your body, will put your brain in a state of hyperactivity that will translate into what we call overthinking, worrying, anxiety, and stuff like that. And so when those things took over me, I used to think, oh, I need to run away. Let me just go and find comfort into spending a couple of hours watching porn and jerking off. But that's what was maintaining that state of anxiety. That's what was maintaining that state of hypervigilance and hyper mental activity. Life is hard by itself without being addicted to anything. And it's definitely much harder when addicted to something. Dang, listen to this, bro. Read this. When this man came across SR, like the rest of us, he went cold turkey because that's what he was advised. Stop everything, go. Never look back. Of course, stop cold turkey, had a ramp up to 130 days, only to hit himself against the wall, only to meet the devil in person. And this is the experience of every man. That's my experience too. It took 1 year to get back on a good streak. I just said it. If you quit cold turkey, you better not relapse. You better wish to never relapse. Because once you relapse, that's it. You're back home. That's it. It's going to take you, like he said, about a year to get back on track, about a year to feel like you're okay, to feel like, man, this is how I want to do this practice. It's going to take that long. Because natural order and natural law is progression. You progress towards something to get addicted, and you progress towards the recovery, which would be a regression from your addiction, but nonetheless, it's still a progression. It's still a progressive regression, if that makes sense, right? It's a progressive regression. You progressively win yourself off by going through practices, get in the gym, have some goals, taking cold showers, working on some of the things, begin to talk to real women in real life and have real relationships, change your place, move out of your parents' house to get your own place, move out of the city you spent most of your years fapping, move to a new city. You do things gradually, and all throughout those things, you may still every once in a while go back and watch and jerk off. But I think what happens is on this journey, a lot of guys creating content, be it post blogs, blog posts, forgive me, English is my fourth language. Be it blog posts, videos, courses, coaching or whatnot. Those guys are still under the impression that willpower is enough. Willpower is not enough. When it comes to addiction, willpower is not enough. When it comes to overeating, willpower is not enough. When it comes to self-discipline, willpower is not enough. When it comes to time management, willpower is not enough, bro. I tell you, if you don't put that alarm, if you don't set that alarm to wake up at 7 in the morning, you will not wake up. And even if you put one alarm, you will not wake up. You know what the smart man does? He puts 3 alarms. I know somebody's going to say, well, that's really a snooze. That's really a clever way to have three snoozes. That could be true. You could see it that way, but guess what? Which is better? One alarm that goes off and you still stay in bed, or one alarm that goes off in case your ass didn't get up. Another one goes off 15 minutes later. Then another one goes off 10 minutes later. We see by the time 3 of those alarms go off, nigga, if you don't get up, man, you need to be thrown in jail. You need to be beaten up. By the 3rd alarm, you're going to feel like, oh, fuck this shit, man. Too much noise. I'm out. I'm out of the bed. See, when you understand the way the brain works, when you understand the way the subconscious mind works, that's what you do. In order for me to go to the gym or to run, especially running, the gym too, but running, especially running. So I've been running no less than 8 miles lately. So I just ran 8 miles this past Tuesday, and I'm projecting to run another 8 miles this Saturday. So as I'm talking to you right now, my legs are hurting. They're hurting. You know, they're kind of like throbbing. You know, like the 8 miles, it's a lot of pressure on the legs. 8 miles, I weigh about, 215 now. So, and that's the second time I ran 8 miles. So my legs are still throbbing, so to speak, until they get used to it. And so, you know, up to now, I've been running since 19 years old. I'm 41. And I haven't really spent many years without running. Yeah, I've spent many months without running, but definitely not a year. So I've really been running 20 odd years nonstop. You know what I still do? My best habit is to go to bed with my running shoes and my running gears in front of my bed, where as soon as I wake up, I will stumble upon my shoes. I tell you, bro, you know how, and that's a guy who's experienced in running. I've won a couple of 5Ks, 10Ks before. Listen, that's a guy. Yeah, I'm experiencing that in that sense, right? I would take my clothes, my running clothes or exercise clothes. I will put my shoes in front of my bed, and I will spread my clothes on the way from my bed. That means I have my shorts and my socks all over the floor around my bed. That means as soon as I wake up and I'm like, oh shit, I'm stumbling over my shoes, my running shoes, and then there goes my socks, and then there goes and in doing so, my mind gets to wake up to the fact that it's running day. Let's go running. I mean, you can't, all this is evidence in front of you right now. Let's go running. And every time, I don't think I remember a time that I didn't go running, because even if I did set that trap for myself. Because you know why? Willpower is not enough. Running is still hurt. It still hurts. It's still painful. On mile number 3, my body's still saying, I don't want to do this. Let's turn back around or call an Uber. My body's still, on mile 5, my mind still says, man, just call you an Uber, bro. Because you've already run 5 miles anyway. That's enough for the day. Okay? So you have to set yourself up for success. You have to create a system for success. If you don't, it ain't gonna happen. So it's the same way. There we go. Yes. 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 I agree. Yes, I agree to it all. I agree to it all. I've had alcohol both in social context and privately. But you're right. You're right. The activities being performed while consuming the substance or while watching porn will determine how hard it is to get off. And you're right, because really, smoking for me was never, I'm stressed, let me smoke, or I need to escape my problems, let me smoke. It was never that. But PMO definitely was that. Or anytime I've had a drink, it wasn't, oh man, my life is, let me just run away by having a drink. It was more like, man, I like the taste of this particular cinnamon something, fireball, like, let's have a glass. It tastes good and it feels good afterwards. That was it. But PMO was an escapism. It was a false hope of intimacy. So you're right. I agree with you entirely. Right. I agree with you entirely on that. I appreciate that, Isazil, for that Cash App blessing. I appreciate that. Keep up the good work. Thank you, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate the Cash App very much. We prefer blessings using those apps than don't tell nobody, than super chat. Because YouTube, la mitad, le mi-temps. YouTube gets paid for using their platforms. And they get a good chunk on top of not seeing it for a month, or could be past a month. YouTube pays on the 23rd. That means today a lot of creators got paid. I didn't get paid because I didn't have $100 in my account. YouTube will pay you if you have a threshold of $100. My threshold is $84. So I didn't get paid. So if by the 6th of next month it gets to $100, then I will get paid on the 23rd of May. But today, all creators who made $100 and more got paid from YouTube, and their account is beautiful today. I bless them though. I bless them. I think today's YouTube payday, so let's give it up for those guys who did get paid today. But I appreciate you, Isazil. Thank you very much. It's an encouragement. It's an encouragement to me, and it's money available that I can spend right now. As soon as I'm done, I can spend that. And primarily, I invest these whatever I collect back on the program, in what I do, because I pay for this program, which is coming up on the 29th. And then some of the things, and I still want to get more equipment. I'm getting into filmmaking. My goal is to make little small 5-minute films telling stories of men, men addicted to PMO, men, whatever the stories are about men, whatever my stories have been, whatever my struggles have been. I want to tell those stories in film formats. I think whenever I've put little things together as a storyteller, they work. So I'm looking forward to learning more on filmmaking and getting more equipment and I wish I could stop doing this work. I don't wish, but I'm saying I wish in the sense of if my system would let me. My mind would not let me. I didn't have a plan to go live today, but my people all went to the mall. I was here by myself, and I'm like, I washed my hair, and I wanted to go outside and dried it, air dry it. I went live using my phone for the first time. You know, it felt so uncomfortable because I didn't know who was online. I was trying to see how many guys was online, and I felt so disconnected because I've never gone live on my phone. I've always had everything set up, so I know what's going on. I know who's here, and I couldn't figure it out. So I ended it and came inside and went live. And of course, my people showed up back. I'm like, so early. Y'all come back from the gym, the mall so early? All right, cool. I'm doing something right now. So, but it's that kind of thing, right? I think doing this work is one of the best things that I can do in my life. Doing this work is one of the best things that I can do with my time and my energy. I really believe that. Speaking with you, coaching a guy, thinking to create better content and other types of content is one of the best things that I can do with my resources. I believe so, because I wished there was a man doing what I'm doing right now when I was at, on PMO. I wish there was a guy dedicating this amount of time and energy talking to, giving tips and insights here and there to guys who are addicted to PMO. There wasn't such a guy. And my goal is to put out as much content as possible so that in some future, other guys, guys will find the content. Because that's how it is. Contents are never too old on YouTube. You know what's funny is when I get a comment on my second video, and sometimes I cringe. If you've watched any creator, what's the word? Critiquing themselves, critiquing their own work, they would watch their first and second and third and fifth video, and they be like, "Oh my god!" It's like that. Because sometimes when I get a comment that's really powerful, I go and we watch that video just so I can have a sense or a contextual sense for the comment. But sometimes I get comments, I'm like, oh, that's the second video, man. I was still in the woods. I was at the park being so rambly and oh my God. And sometimes I don't watch them. I'm like, nah, man, I don't want to watch my second video, my third video, nah. But contents never get old. See, it's old for me. Yeah, the guy who's watching it sees that it's old in terms of time passing, but the information is there, is still relevant to him right now. And so, because I watch 10 videos that are 10 years old. Yeah, because YouTube started in 2008. Yeah, around there. So, if you're here, ask me a few questions. If you have some questions, but remember, find a way to redeem some of your time in your life right now while you're young. Okay, while you're young. Find a way to spend less resources. And by resources, I mean time, attention, money, space, energy. Those are resources. Those are resources you can apply towards something else. And part of my philosophy for this work on this journey is the true cost of PMO is not the money that you spend, or it's not the energy that you spend right now, but really it's the opportunity cost. That means the resources that you are spending, the resources that you are currently allocating to PMO, what else could you be doing with them? The world needs computer scientists, computer programmers. You know, we need people in energy. We need people to go to space. We're going back into space more often now with SpaceX and Elon Musk. These cars nowadays, they drive themselves. They keep you in the lane. We need people to get into these technologies, and you're not dumber than guys who are writing these programs. You're not dumber than young millionaire millennials. You're not dumber than them. You are as smart as them, but you have something that's occupying your time and your attention that's keeping you hostage. So we need your work, we need your gifts, we need your talents out there in the world. You know, you love it when a new technology comes that makes stuff easy for us or easier for us. Tell me you don't like it. You love it. You're like, ooh, do you know now? Ba 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 ba. Yeah, you love that. You know, I love the fact that these cars have auto hold. My car and my girl's car both have auto hold. That means when I'm at the traffic light, the car is holding itself. It's still in gears, but I don't have to have my foot on the brake pedal, which is sometimes uncomfortable for a man as tall as I am. It's kind of uncomfortable to keep my foot for the whole time on the brake pedal because it's located in the middle. And being able to take my foot off and put it, you know, where it's comfortable for, I don't know, 1 or 2 minutes, depending on how long that light is or whatever the traffic is, it's miraculous. Like, damn, I don't have to put this car in park to remove my foot. I could literally just come to a complete stop. The auto hold gets engaged and I remove my foot. And better yet, the car gets cut off too because it has that automatic cut off and stuff like that. So basically, I'm parked at that moment. The car is still in drive. It shuts down and it's on auto hold. All I have to do for it to move again is hit the gas, or actually hit the brake pedal also. Hitting the brake pedal will get it started. Hitting the gas will get it moving, or hitting the gas will do both, getting it started and getting it moving. So we love when we have these new technologies, and so, but who created those technologies? I think we like to think that those technologies are created by aliens. But no, you can too. You can be one of the next whatever out there because you're young. And the youth has the blessing of youthfulness. You believe in anything can be possible. You know, by my age right now, I don't believe everything is possible no more. But at your age, 20-something, you believe everything is possible because that's a gift for you. You know you can make it happen. But if you're on PMO like that, it'll rob you. You won't make it happen. What's up, Blazy Ken? What's going on? What it do? Ask me a question, guys, before I get off.
I appreciate the man superpower. Man's superpower.
The man's superpower.
Man superpower bless.
Man's superpower.
So, David, let's go. Get after your goals. Make that money today. Let's go. Man, I owe you the world right now, dude. Like, I think your services are way undervalued.
He is the most interesting man in the world.
This is a crazy ass testimony. So, David, let's go.
Man's superpower.
Welcome to Man's Superpower. Feel your power, bro. Feel your power, bro. I stand for personal empowerment. I stand for that sheer sense of power that one can achieve. If you'd like to work with me one-on-one, just check my Patreon. My Patreon is purely for coaching, one-on-one, video, phone call, audio phone call, and then continuing support through text messaging throughout the week. We meet once a week. Whatever tier you get into, whether it's Semen Retention, whether it's the Alpha Sex Energy Transmutation tier, we still meet once a week over the phone, audio and video, and then we text throughout the week. Yeah, guys have found lots of value. Like you heard one of my clients on this spot saying that my service is undervalued, which is always the case, right? For people who give good value, it's always the case. It's just at my channel, right? I would have a comment that says, man, your channel is underrated. Man, you deserve 1 million views. Yeah, it's always like that. Just like I go to a guy's channel, there's this guy on, he's a filmmaker. Like I told you, I recently got into filmmaking, well, studying with that is. And I don't know if you can see automatically the quality of my videos has improved. My lighting is a little bit better. You have that cinematic look than just this is a YouTuber with lights and stuff all over. So, and I mean, his work is crazy. His work is amazing. But the guy barely gets views and barely gets subscribers. And I'm like, damn, dude, people, are we doing something wrong? Is it the way we're tagging the videos? Is it the titles of the video? What are we doing wrong? Usually it's because we're not trendy enough. We see channels that get big really quickly, or whether it's progressively, they are trendy. They work on people's emotions. I bet you, I know what to do to grow my channel. But what to do will not be my part of my purpose. I know, bro. Start talking about men and women. Start talking about relationships. Start bashing women. Start talking about sex. Start bringing girls on this live. Start talking game, which I have. But the only thing I've talked is I've taught you guys how to last long and have sex and get off the bed without busting that nut. But I know game. I know female psychology. I know attraction dynamics. But I don't talk about them. Because a lot of them could be trashy. A lot of that stuff is trash. If you don't have yourself, if you haven't found yourself, like Immortal Minds talks about, if you haven't found yourself, it doesn't matter if you know game or not. You won't be able to lay no woman. It doesn't matter if we're talking about relationships until Jesus Christ comes back. It won't solve the problem because there's no problem. Men act the way men are supposed to act. Women act the way women are supposed to act. There isn't a problem. But what you can do is find ways to develop a certain philosophy that helps you to live your life better. But if you don't have yourself, you can't put that philosophy together. So it don't matter if you spend time watching so many shows on men and women. That's not gonna make your relationship better. That's not gonna make your relationship to women better. Not necessarily. because you still haven't found yourself. You still haven't found your superpower. You still don't know who you are. So I know I can get into those spicy discussions. I know, because I have stuff to say. I know I have opinions. I have said them. But I don't want them to be my work. I don't want that to be my work. You can consult with me. I can share some game with you. Hell, I can send you out there and have some success that you're looking for in attraction dynamics. I can help you understand women so that you have a better experience with them, just like I'm having a better experience with my girl. Not necessarily because of her, because of me, because of how my mind is, because of my philosophy. Things that I pay attention to, things that I don't pay attention to, things that I say yes or no to, things that I stay quiet, things, the way that I live makes it possible for me to be peaceful and live peacefully with her. See, I no longer try to possess her. I no longer try to have a mother from a woman. I no longer seek for her to satisfy, because there's no satisfaction that can come from a woman. But you have to grow before you know that. There's no particular satisfaction that comes from another human being you can get. But I bet you that's a big shock for you. There's no particular satisfaction you can get from an outside source. Your satisfaction can come from within. You get that, you'll be peaceful with it. And so if your girl does not want to talk right now, you kind of see that she doesn't want to talk, you leave her alone. You don't try to be on top of her all the time. You don't try to govern her life. Who was on the phone? Who called? Who texted? No. Leave that alone. If she says, I'm off this coming Friday, but I have an event I'm going to from 4 p.m. You don't say, well, your only day off, why don't you just reserve it for us to spend time together? No, you're needy. You're crazy. Get out of here, bro. Be strong. Go live. Go read a book. Go do your own stuff. Go to the gym. Yeah, it's okay. But see, before you can get there, well, you're not going to get there by talking about how bad women are and how hypergamous women are 24/7. You're not going to get there by talking about those chicks on TV and those TV shows. You're not going to get there. Your life will not improve on being on those shows and getting partaking in those conversations. Your particular personal life will not improve, and I guarantee you. I like to say, it doesn't matter how many conferences you've attended. It doesn't matter how many books you've read. It doesn't matter how many principles you've inculcated in your mind. It doesn't matter who you know. It doesn't matter what technique you know. If you're still fapping, all that's going to go down the drain with your next PMO session. And PMO plays on your self-esteem. It plays on your anxiety level. It plays on your self-confidence. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what books. It doesn't matter what principles you know. It doesn't. Why would it matter when anxiety will prevent you from applying those principles anyway? It don't even matter what game you know, because you're still gonna show up in a woman's presence and feel hell of anxious. Okay, so it don't matter then what game you learn if you don't find a way to stop wasting your energy and keep some of that energy and empower yourself. So for me, no fap, semen retention, which I put under the umbrella of management of your sexuality or masculine management. Unless you learn to manage your libido, unless you learn to manage yourself, you require management as an entity. Unless you learn to do that, it doesn't matter anything else that you do. So I can grow my channel. I can have I do know stuff. That kind of stuff out there that I see guys sending super chats for one after the other. I swear to you right now. I know the same information. I have the same understanding. I know it and I can do, but it's just not my purpose. And that stuff is trashy. You can't do it day in and day out. You can't do it every day. You can't do it every week. You can have an episode on those things. You can have a series. But to make that thing your calling is all about money. Those guys know how to get you guys. They know how to get the money from you. They start bashing women. They start talking about relationships. They start talking about how women should submit to men, and all this discussion, and it gets you going emotionally. You're like, yeah. Matter of fact, here was $15 super chat. Yeah. Matter of fact, here was $20. So just so you can ask a question, because he's not reading your comment without a super chat. So you sent $25 so that he can pick yours, so that you can get an ego satisfaction in having your $20 comment read. Didn't make your life better? Shit. Didn't do anything for you? Shit. You get off that live full of emotionalism, still fighting with women, still fighting with your sexuality, still fighting with your personal identity, still fighting with your anxiety levels, still fighting with your self-confidence, still fighting with your life, still chronically depressed, still experiencing existential crisis chronically. Man, let's stop that. We gotta stop that thing. But it's all about money, bro. It's all about the money, man. It's all about the money. It's all about the money. I know creators who have mad information that can change men and women's lives. People pop in and pop out. I know creators who are just talking trash. People stay on their lives. Yeah, this is the society we're living in, and I've been thinking about it. You know, it's like for a long time, I'm like, damn. I know what to do to get my share, but I don't want to be known for that. I don't want to be known. I'd rather be known for, this is the man who's encouraging young men to stay off porn, to get their lives together, to practice semen retention and sex energy transmutation. This is the man who's encouraging, empowering, inspiring men all over the globe to walk this path of sexual discipline, to walk this path of masculine management. Yes. Yeah, I want to be known for that. Yeah, matter of fact. Give it up for me. But I don't care if somebody says, well, you know, this guy is talking, his work is talking about men and women and how women should submit to men and how men should rule women. Man, those things are true. But I'm going to tell you, bro, you have to decide if you want to learn that shit and to live it out. I'm going to tell you right now. You want me to tell you about me? I'm going to tell you about me. My girl is a nurse. She makes more money than me any day, any night, ever since we met, right? But ever since we met, it's been clear who's the man, who's the woman. Okay? And we've had many instances where I've had to tell her, I don't have a problem if this is how you're going to act. I don't have a problem if this is what your behavior is going to be, but it just won't be with me. We won't be together. Because these attitudes and these behaviors are masculine. And there cannot be two men in this relationship. There cannot be two men in this relationship. It doesn't matter what I've done, what I've said. It doesn't matter how wrong I've been, in some things. But it just cannot be two men in the relationship. There cannot be two masculine energies in the relationship. So we can only have one. And as far as I'm concerned, we already have one. That is me. So you find a way to live out your femininity, or you can go with another man who has a feminine energy, and then you will be the masculine energy. And I know several times, because we've been together we've known each other for 6 years, almost 7, but we've broken up. I did have a big breakup with her, but I'm telling you, several times, and some of those times I was still on PMO. Because when I met her, I was deep on PMO, and I told her, look, man, I have a problem with this and this and that. I'm working on it to recover. It almost killed me, but, blah, 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 blah. I've experienced ED with her really bad. She's been in the bed and pop it wide open, and I couldn't do nothing. But also, I've recovered, and up to yesterday, murdered that thing and just get off, go take a shower, and walk away without wasting my energy and leaving her huffing and puffing in the bed. So that's a woman who's seen me on both sides. She's seen me in that low state of PMO, and she's also seen me in that alpha state of having recovered and be strong, and putting it on her till she can no more. I'm telling you, she used to want to play with my nipples, man. These days I just like her. I take both of her hands and pen them down. I with one hand I hold both of her hands in one hand, and my other hand is free to do whatever, and I'm just going at it. Like, she can't touch, she can't move, she can't do nothing. And so I've had to have those conversations with her. Be like, listen, I don't know. There are men out there, babe. Listen, there are men out there who are docile. They don't talk back to women. They need the leadership of a woman. Those men are more suitable for you. I don't need the leadership of a woman. I'm not docile. I'm not agreeable. I'm very disagreeable. I'm almost ready for an argument. That's how disagreeable I am. And so if you don't like a man who's going to ask you questions when you're talking, who's going to say, whoa, wait a minute, what did you say? Clarify that for me. If you don't like that, then you're free to go be with a man who would accept that. Because truth of the matter is, there is a man who would take that, who's like that. So what am I saying is, you have to develop your alpha ways. It doesn't matter what fucking conversations are being had out there. I swear to you, it doesn't matter. But you have to learn the principles. You have to sit down with yourself and decide, build your character, build your self-confidence, build your self-esteem, build your image, know who you are, and then relate to a woman according to that. Never let a woman walk over me. Always take the opportunity to assert myself. It doesn't matter what I did wrong. I could have just done, and then, that's something that women like to do. If you're wrong, she wants to continue that wrong by doing other things. Basically, she's punishing you. And if you don't have that strength to say, whoa, I did do something wrong a week ago, but that doesn't give you right to treat me any different from the next day. You understand? Being able to call that woman out. Being able to put that woman on timeout, being able to say, you know what, I'm not messing with you. I'm not fucking with you in this season right now because you're on some bullshit that I don't even understand. You have to develop your alpha. You have to make yourself. But, the way society is, people think what's in the public place is going to help them, and it's a big escapism. It's a place for people to escape. It's a place for guys to escape. Yeah, let's come and watch Danica Marie talk about women. And let's just escape our lives here. Let's just escape our own lives for the next 2 hours. That's what it is. Because listen, you don't learn anything. I love that girl. She's an Aquarius because she and I thinks the same. I love irrational woman. But you don't learn anything after those 2 hours of rehashing the realities between men and women. Because truth of the matter is, there's never a scientific, psychological principle or concept that's given that you can apply that will produce change in you. It's always like talking about the situation, which is rehashing the realities, the truth of it, where that doesn't make no change. So anyway, that was a tangent, but a good one. Who's new? Who's new here? Hey, if you're new here, say hi, man. Say hi. Say hi to David. Say hi to the king, bro. You're a king too. Feel your power, bro. Ask me some questions, guys. I have 13 minutes left. Do you see the timer there? The countdown? Yes. I've been disciplined in my time, so I only go live for an hour and a half. It's been an hour and a half. But something, whatever happened at the timer, 30 minutes of the timer, I don't know. Anyhow, so in 12 minutes, you can ask me plenty of questions regarding PMO, sex energy transmutation, semen retention, or even game, even female psychology. Anything that you can learn that will make your life better. Go ahead. My girl brought me some hibachi shrimp. So it's waiting. It's calling my name. But I'm going to wait to run my schedule. I did a part 1 of my PMO documentary. It's about 5 minutes long. It's a little, trying my little first project in filmmaking. Part 2 is being edited. Let's watch part 1 together. It just consumed me. It just consumed me. My name is David Hughes. I am the creator of the channel Superpower, and this is my story of how I met the devil of PMO. God needs to be reawakened within man. He was born with power and wisdom, with a powerful spirit and fears no one. But his uncontrolled desire for pleasure got the best of him.
When the time come for you to be your own man and take on the world, and you did. But somewhere along the line, you changed. You stopped being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you you're no good. You stop being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you you're no good. You changed. And I'm the best ever.
Welcome to Man's Superpower. Feel your power, bro. Looking back, I must have been 13 or 14 when that gentleman handed me that Playboy magazine. All I can remember is my world changed. Now I came from studying my schoolwork and homework and being excited about hanging out with my friends and the other kids in the neighborhood to locking myself indoors almost 24/7, being impatient at school because I couldn't wait to get home to look at that new found treasure at the time. And the images were still vivid up until a few years ago. A Playboy magazine, for those of you millennials, has still images. So back then, before movies, there used to be the magazines of still pictures. The picture would start with the man by himself, and then the scenes or the frames or the stills progressed all the way to post-action, just as you would see in a PMO movie. And together they're gonna work their ways into magically or prearranged. They meet and now they get into the act all the way to post-action. And I remember seeing so many different types of women, colors, body types, body parts types, and it just consumed me. It just consumed me. It became the thing that I now do. Of course, my school performance plummeted. My attitude with my family members and friends changed because I now had this secretive friend. This friend that I'm now interacting with. I began to develop this, what we know now as a false intimacy. It just consumed me. It just consumed me. That became my friend, or was it? Or that became the devil. And that's how I met the devil of PMO. Something that would crush my soul for the next 25 years. Thank you for watching part 1 of my PMO documentary. Gotta be honest with you, it touches me every time I watch it, especially at the end with the pictures, because the pictures reminded me of the specific time, you know, the specific season. I know where I was, what was I doing then, and it still gets to me when I watch it. But you know, I'm here, bro. I'm here. Many years later, I'm here. I did not think that I was ever going to have a good grasp of my life. I thought PMO was going to kill me, as I often say. I really did. I thought, okay, I'm never going to amount to anything because I can't quit this thing. Obviously, I cannot quit this thing. I'm always doing it, no matter how much I say I want to stop, and it's going to kill me. Like, this is the fate. This is my fate. And I agreed that PMO was going to be my fate. Like, okay, this is going to kill me. You know, be cool with it, accept it, and just die. But like I like to say, the universe stepped in. The Christians would say God stepped in. But God, yeah. You know, if I was still a typical Christian, I would say, but God, yeah. But God stepped in. But God changed my condition, because God wanted me to be here to deliver this message to you. But see, God has a plan for your life, and he's been working on that plan for a long time, because else he would not have saved me. He would not have helped me recover so that I can be here for you to hear my story, so that it can encourage you and help you on your own journey. And that is actually true. I want you to always know that you are on the right path. You are on the right journey. The journey of self-discovery, the journey of self-love, the journey of self-empowerment. Stay on this journey. You are on the right path. You are on the right journey. The journey of self-love, the journey of self-empowerment. Stay on this journey. Emmanuel, I love you back, bro. Yes, God is with us. God is with us. I think that's what Emmanuel means in Hebrew. No, yeah. Don't quote me. Hebrew, I think Hebrew. Yeah, Emmanuel. God is with us. God is with us. So that's a confirmation that God is with you. God is with us right now. It was good to come on and chop it up with you. Isa Zeal blessed me. I appreciate that, my brother, very much. I actually do. Everybody who stopped by. Blazing King. I can't say the first part, so the first part you can have that. KY4N23. You gotta be really young, bro. You guys be having some names, some user names like, yo, put something we can read. I know this has meaning for you. I know it does, but we can't read it. But Emmanuel and Emmanuel. Isa Zeal, my brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Antirope, thank you for stopping by if you're still here. Brendan Bailey, my brother, good to see you again. What's up? Who's new here? Philly Cheese, I think he probably left. He left. Who's new here? We have 12 guys, so who's new? Introduce yourself. And but just so you know, as we get over here, remember the true cost of the time that you're wasting on porn is the opportunities that you're missing, the degrees that you could be earning, the businesses that you could be starting. No lie. Your college degree that you could be finishing. You know, just like, man, the amount of time I dropped out of college and go back. Actually, it was ridiculous. But I kept doing it. So that's the true cost. That's the true cost for you, bro. What else you could be doing with your time that you're not doing? What else you could be doing that you're not doing? That's the true cost of a life dedicated to PMO. And I want you to understand, right now in the information age, in this technological age, the way you are going to prevail is by building yourself personally. Now, this has always been true in terms of principle, but we were able to get away with it by association with groups. You understand? So if somebody was working for a big company, a lot of people were just cogs in the machine. They didn't stand out. But these days, with those jobs being automated and operated by robots, your job in the future will be a personal job. Like, that means you must be able to perform that shit well. It'll be based on your own competence to have it. As opposed to in the past, everybody could be in the warehouse. Everybody's, you can have 15 forklift operator, but guess what now? Those products are being routed to the dock through conveyor belts and robots. The warehouses are being built like that, where they don't need a forklift going up and down through the aisle, risking running into somebody and getting OSHA involved and getting a big lawsuit. And so the job in the future will be, well, personally, what can you do? It'll be like, well, you are an entrepreneur, you are a creator by yourself. And it's not even the future, it already is. And can you interview for that job, or can you create that job for yourself? And so in that line, it's harder for you on PMO to make a life for yourself. It's harder because lack of self-confidence, anxiety, worry, brain fog, all these things that plague you, social anxiety, social awkwardness. Yeah, don't know how much to say, when to say it, what pitch level of your voice to say something. Sometimes you're in public and you're talking to somebody and they're like, what? Oh, yeah. It's like, whoa, speak up. Speak up. They don't know how to adjust their interactions in public. Then you can't have a good job in the future. I'm gonna tell you, the few times I've had a job while on PMO, I'm saying the few times because I've always been entrepreneurial in America. Ever since I got to America, well, within 4 years after I got to America, I've always been entrepreneurial. But the few times I've had a job while on PMO, it was a job where I was a cog in the machine. Like, I was there, but I wasn't there. Yeah, they knew I was there, but I wasn't much there. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't really matter like that. And so I didn't have to perform. My job was not based on my competencies. Where can he drive that forklift? Yeah, he can. Okay, can he move one pallet from this end of the building to the truck? Yeah, he give him the job. But when I got promoted at the Home Depot to an asset protection position, now that was something else. And that was, at that time, I was already on NoFap and Semen Retention. And it was like, okay, as my own competencies that they deemed I was the perfect fit for that job. And then I became a sales consultant at CarMax, making near 10 grand a month. That was entirely my personal competencies. And of course, at that time, I was 2 years in on Semen Retention. So that means my social anxiety was fixed. My self-confidence was restored. We're still in the making, but of course, you know, to a good point. Self-image got better. Being able to present myself, magnetism, dynamism, being able to do things, being able to self-discipline was already good. But I couldn't have done those things, bro. I just told you 2 good jobs that I had as soon as I started NoFap and Semen Retention. I guarantee you, bro. But before NoFap and Semen Retention, man, if I ever had a job, it was either driving a taxi or being a forklift operator, which are mindless jobs. Even the taxi that requires to drive a car, but we don't really drive the car. Our subconscious mind drives a car. You know that, right? You don't need to be present to drive a car, because that's how people are like, I don't remember going home. Yeah, because you've been distracted. You ain't gotta be thinking to get home, because you have muscle memory in your subconscious mind. Once you learn to drive a car, the process of driving a car has been relegated to your unconscious mind, and now it operates. It does the function without you. And so I was only able to get those kind of jobs because I wasn't present. You saw those pictures earlier. You know, I was always down, always, yeah. David, yeah. Okay, yeah. Oh, you have something to say, David? No. Everything that I wanted to say already been said. You know, you guys already said everything. David, any question? Oh, no. They already asked all the questions that I would want to ask. So I'm good. I got the answers that I cannot assert yourself. You know, you'll watch yourself being taken advantage of, but you don't have the energy to assert yourself. But as soon as I began NoFap, bro, I got the best 2 jobs I've had. Not the best business. I've been in businesses. I've made more money in business than on the jobs. But I'm saying being able to show up for an interview, for example, at CarMax, right? Because it's a big position that was entirely sales based, and CarMax is the largest used car retailer, right? You know that. As things have changed, but back then it was. We're talking about guys making 100K, 150K a year. And I went there and started making that money very quickly. That was a big success for me, because it's something I never would have been able to do on PMO. But as soon as I started NoFap and Semen Retention, I have a client right now. As soon as he found my channel, he came on the live, found my channel, told me he would sign up. He signed up. We began to work. Within 1 month, a position he had been eyeing for so long, he found the courage to apply for $95,000 a year. the man came from 50 some $1,000 a year job to a $95,000 a year job. Just like that. About 1 month. He's been on the live and he's been saying, guys, go and work with David. Practice semen retention. So those results are real. But a lot of times you won't hear guys talk about them because they don't sell. But what you will hear guys talk about is female attraction. Oh yeah, get this energy going so you can attract women. Nah, bro, I want to tell you different. Get this energy going so you can have your next $150,000 a year job. Get this going so you can have the best job you've ever had. So you can make more than $2,000 a month. Get this job so you can go to a gala, so you can go to an event where otherwise you would have had social anxiety to go. So you can show up now with your head held high and your shoulders squared up. You're like, Mr. David, hey, hi, how you doing? I'm good. So David, I heard that you have a YouTube channel. Yes, in fact, I do have a YouTube channel. It's a work that's dedicated entirely to men. Women have stopped by and they like the work. It helps women indirectly because when men get better, women's lives are improved because there's always a relationship between the two. Oh, well, do you mind telling me in particular what it is that you do? Well, if you know, if you don't know, you know. Men tend to struggle with their sexuality sometimes through excessive ejaculation, through practices such as pornography and masturbation and the pursuit of women. Stuff like that. That's the work that I do. Being able to talk to somebody confidently at such a big event, while just being able to be there is a big success, and being able to present what I do without fearing that, oh my God, somebody might say, oh, that's what you do, or type of thing. That's what I want to encourage you to do. That's what I want to help you to do. Guess what? Women will come, because when you're successful, women come, bro. When you're okay, women come. When you get yourself together, women come. And by successful, I don't mean only when your money is right, because truth of the matter is, listen to me. Listen to what I'm about to say. Truth of the matter is, there are a lot of women out there with six-figure jobs who would gladly, happily submit to you, who make 50% of what she makes. She drives a brand new car, you're still driving a 7-year-old car. She will gladly, happily serve you, cook for you, do your laundry, take care of the house, give you sex whenever you want, spend money on you. You drive her car when you're going out. She almost never lets you spend money when you go out because she knows she makes more money, so she's always ready to swipe her card. Those are real situations out there, and there are way more women waiting to do that. But you know why they can't do it? Because you're not okay yet. You have to be okay yet then. Then you have to be strong for her to do it. You have to stand strong for her to do it. You have to know yourself. You have to know. You have to still be powerful, although she's making more money. You can't have that complex that most men have, the complex that if the woman is making more money, automatically he feels lower. You can't have that complex. She's not gonna respect you. She doesn't like that complex. She doesn't like you to have the complex that you're less than her because she makes more money, because she will not be with a man who feels less than her, who behaves less than her. She wants to be with a man who feels more than her, higher than her, who can lead her. My girl calls me her second brain. Whatever I do for her, she said, thank you. Including putting it really good on her. Even it could be a kiss on her forehead. She says, thank you. It doesn't matter if she makes more money. It doesn't matter. Her car, she drives a 2021. She loves driving brand new cars. She keeps them no less than 3 years. Well, no more than 3 years. It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter when we go out. It's really almost entirely on her. Well, it doesn't matter if I say let's go out, because the understanding is she has more of the disposable income to spend. I don't feel any way about it. So will you think I feel any way anytime she's about to pull her card out? No. Nah, man, I don't. I don't feel any way. No. I'll tell her straight up, nah, okay, you can't do this. You can't. When it's time for me to assert myself, I assert myself. So you have to work. So women will come when you get your life together. And getting your life together does not necessarily mean making six figures, driving the latest model of anything, living in the biggest high rise in the city. It doesn't mean that. It means that you're okay in your mind, in your self-esteem, in your self-worth. You have some plans, you know where you're going. And as a man, you don't let her run over you. Because these women do say they don't want a weak man because they will run over you. They say it like, oh, hell no, if you're weak now, I can't be with you because they will run over you. JW. Oh, hang on. Yeah, hold on. Day one. There we go. Brand new on the journey. Well, you still deserve this, bro. Hold on. Is that day 10 or day 1? No, that's day 1. You're not using that emoji to me. Look, man, I'm still going to give it to you, okay? A journey of 1,000 miles. You know the rest. A journey of 1,000 steps or a journey of 1,000 miles? I'm confused because the step is in the next part. Starts with 1 step. A journey of 1,000 miles. Start with 1 step. This is step 1 for you, bro. To encourage you. We all have had day 1. I remember my day 1. I remember when I came across NoFap. I left my apartment. I went to a business parking lot to be in the car, to watch the video and read the materials. And then I was thinking to myself, okay. So that means we're not watching anything tonight and we're not doing this tonight. I'm like, well, okay. Let's see how that goes, because I've tried that plenty of times, and I didn't do it that night. And the next day, and the third day, then shit got crazy. Then started over again. Well, continued, and here we are, 5 years later. We're not recovering. We're not fighting. We are now encouraging guys. We're now coaching guys, consulting with guys, helping guys. You understand? Now I have a platform. I've learned so much for the past year and a half creating this platform and learning, doing whatever, learning video, recording, editing, lighting, audio, graphics designing now. I've been messing with learning filmmaking. And so day 1 is very important. Michael G.C. 18 and on day 10. Welcome to the journey. Desmond Billions. Day 18, keep going, bro. Here's what I'm telling you. You are on the right path. You are on the right journey. The journey of self-discovery. The journey of self-love. The journey of self-empowerment. Stay on this journey. Yes, you are on the right path. You are on the right journey. Stay on this journey. Yes, man is in the house. What up, son? The most interesting man. I am. Alright, guys. Ask me a few questions. Or ask me to talk about something specific in 10. I have 10 minutes left. This time is for real. Because I have some food waiting for me, some hibachi shrimp waiting. If you don't work one-on-one with me, check Patreon and get on the tier. If you want to redeem some of your time that's left as a young man, get something going in your life. Women will always be there. A nut will always be there, but time will not always be there. Your life will not always be there. So ask a question, guys.
I appreciate the man superpower. Man's superpower.
The man's superpower.
Man, superpower, bless.
So, David, let's go. Get after your goals. Make that money today. Let's go. Man, I owe you the world right now, dude. Like, I think your services are way undervalued.
He is the most interesting man in the world.
This is a crazy ass testimony. So, David, let's go.
Welcome to Man's Superpower. Feel your power, bro. Feel your power, bro. That's what we're all about. You are a king. Kings never feel powerless, bro. When was the last time you heard that a king felt powerless? He can be dethroned. He can be taken down. Yeah, of course. Nothing lasts forever. He can be set up by a woman. Yeah. But when was the last time you heard that a king actually retreated and feared? Now, it probably happened, but it was a plan. It was a plan. It wasn't a true fear. Isazil. What are we? Let's see. The female attraction will always be here. Your legacy only comes once a lifetime. Of course. Of course. of course, yeah. I wish I'd listened to that when I was growing up, when I was told work on myself, focus on myself, women would always be there. I wish female attraction or female psychology or female nature was taught, at least in the church. Nah, ain't nobody. Listen to me, guys. Man, in my country, they say if you're about to say something and you almost choke, it's too true. The devil does not want you to say it because it's too true. Listen, women have done such an impeccable, where'd you find that word, bro? Impeccable. Women have done such an impeccable job when it comes to sex and relationships. Yeah. There's a lot of things that you don't know are true about women and or about men and women, because women have done a great job keeping those things silent. They usually brush them off, or they would say a straight no, but then they're true. For example, right, women would say they want to be with a man with whom they feel equal. Well, you better not believe that shit, because that shit is only in words. It is not in practice. It's not in practice, because in practice, the woman operates within her primal state. In her primal state, she wants to be dominated. She wants to be led. She wants you to open that bedroom door, close it, lock it, and pull her and tear her clothes off. And I'm telling you, in her primal state, that's what she wants you to do. But in her social conventional mind, in her more moralistic and moral driven and shame conscious mind, she will come in public and say, oh no, I don't want no man to treat me like that. I want a man to ask me if I want to have sex. And I will tell him yes. And if we start having sex and I tell him to stop, he needs to listen and stop, because I'm a human being. I'm valuable and I want to be treated as such. I want you to understand that that sounds good. And women love to say things that sounds good. Emotional, this sounds good conventionally, socially, because women always want you to look at them from the brightest light possible. I'm gonna say it again, because remember, they are relationship creatures. They always want the rest of the tribe to look at them the most favorably possible, in the brightest light possible. So they will always say the most beautiful things possible. How about you meet a woman at the club or wherever, and you go over and you try to talk to her, but really you're trying to get a one-night stand. You're trying to hit it that night. That's the mood you're in. And when she picks that up and she's like, oh, what you think I would go home with you? Who do you think I am? What do you think I am? Blah, 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 blah. Guess what? She's done it several times before in her life. She's about to do it with you, but she's going to give you that speech and see how you handle that. Where I'm not your one-night stand type of girl. Me, I like to feel a guy first when I meet a guy. I like to understand him and see what he's up to. And plus, that means you're all about sex. You're not going to do nothing for me. That's not what I'm interested in. If you fall for it, she ain't going to come home with you. But if you're like, listen, I understand all that. We can talk about all that later. But right now, I'm being honest with you. I'm telling you, the vibe between me and you, we need to conclude it by you coming home with me tonight, or I'll go by your place, or we go and check in a hotel. Look, baby, you're dressing nice. I'm dressing nice. We've been talking. We've been drinking. We've been dancing. There is such a sexual chemistry between me and you. That's you want to deny that or what? Everything you just said, I understand it, but I'm not concerned by that. I'm not concerned by who I think you are. What? No, I'm concerned about maximizing this moment. Look at you. Look at you, babe. Look at it in your face. You're so beautiful. Look at, oh my God, look at that dress you're wearing. Oh my, let's go. Grab her hand and just let's go. I guarantee you, 9 out of 10 times she'll start walking behind you if you grab her hand. Women have reported one of the biggest gestures a man can do is to grab her hand and start walking. Because a lot of times, a woman is confused whether she starts walking after you or not. Like you're saying, come with me, but it's hard for her to take these steps. But if you just reach and grab her hand, she would gladly start taking steps after you, towards you, behind you. And so men are confused. Men think, I must not try to have a one night stand. I must not try to, I must ask her if I should have sex, if she wants to have sex. And if she says no, I must stop. It's a whole bunch of, for example, cheating too. I must not cheat, bro. Most times a man cheats on a woman, that changes the relationship. Not for the worse, for the best, for the better. Because she feels now she got competition, and she also feels, oh, other women want you? They can't have you. I'm going to have you. But guess what do women say out there? Hell no, I don't want to be with no cheater. He cheats, he gotta go. He cheats, he gotta go. I don't want no cheating dogs. This is not me. See, I'm faithful. Guess what? Who's dating all those cheating men out there? Who's with them? Oh, the cheaters are not single. Study has shown, research, psychologists have said yes, counselors have said yes, therapists have said yes, researchers have said yes. More often than not, a man cheats in a relationship, that changes the woman for the better. She stays, she treats him better. So what if you don't want to carry the cheating stigma? Oh, I'm a good boy, I don't want to cheat. Oh, she's thinking nobody else wants you anyway. That's why, and so it takes a long time to learn these things and to actually practice them. I hope some of you guys could learn to practice them while you're young. But these are the truth. And what about another thing too? Here's one last thing before I go. You've always heard that your mother or women love affection. They love a man who will give her affection, a man who spends time with her, a man who pays attention to her. Women are always asking for attention. I'm gonna tell you, the day you start losing your woman is the day you start giving her attention. The day your woman will start thinking of another man or seeking the attention of another man will be the day that you give her undue attention, too much attention. The day that your woman will start eyeing, well, they're always eyeing other men, but will really start thinking about another man, will be the day when you want to have sex with her all the time. Want to give it to her all the time. Once you see her naked, you want some. She puts some clothes on, you want some. She asks you for some, you're always more than ready to give her some. You're never tired. You never want to keep your energy. You never have something going. That means she's always sexually satisfied by you. So then, as per human nature, she will start looking for another source of satisfaction, because human beings don't like to be satisfied. I hope you understand that. Human beings by nature like to have the carrot dangling in front of them. They never want to eat that carrot. Make sure you don't give them the carrot. So of course my girl knows what I do, and I tell her we can only have sex when she's off. And when she's off, that's when I'm around the house. So it's no longer she touches me, I give her sex. It's no longer I see her naked, I give her sex. Nah. And she has to wait for me. I tell you, she has to wait for me. And by the time I give it to her, sometimes her thing is already started getting tight. And, and she's so wet, and now, she really wants it now. She's on fire, yeah. But when you give it too often to a woman, she loses interest. That's how men complain about, oh, now when she's having sex with me, she just lay down there. Yeah, because you didn't give her time to be horny. So she doesn't want it. She's just doing it for you. But I'm going to tell you, the way you keep attraction going in a relationship is by being on a purpose, and sex is not your priority. Where she's bending over in the house around you, man, you don't even pay attention. You come to bed, the only part that's not covered on her body, the only part of her body that's not covered is her butt. Those are the things that happen in a relationship. Those are signals that she wants sex. You just ignore that shit 24/7 until you're ready. When you're ready, water is running like she wants it. That's how you keep your woman interested. You can't keep giving her sex every day, and then you're like, oh no, what's happening? She don't want to spend time with me. She don't want to hug me no more. She won't kiss me no more. How? But because you're giving sex every day, she's satisfied. When human beings are satisfied, they look elsewhere for entertainment. You never look for more satisfaction at the same place where you get satisfied from. Hell no. I guarantee you, if you ate Chick-fil-A for lunch, you were satisfied. You will not eat Chick-fil-A for dinner. But I bet you, if you had McDonald's or some kind of not so good food for lunch, and I offer you Chick-fil-A for dinner, you'll be, yeah, hell yeah, bring it on, David. And so when you learn human psychology and then female psychology, not women's psychology, female psychology, because the woman is the conscious part of the entity, the female is the unconscious part, the primal part, and that's the part that you need to work with. Work with the female in the woman, not the woman and forget the female. See, most guys only deal with the woman part of the entity, and they forget or are unaware and don't do nothing about the female part, where the female part is what gives you all the problems. Because the female part is where the nature is. That's why we talk about female nature, female psychology, not women's nature or women's psychology. Women is conventional. Women is the mind, all the learning, societal learning. And so when a woman is speaking, hear what she's saying, and then you have to remind yourself what the female is like. I want a man to be equal with me. I want a man to see me for who I am, for the woman that I am. That's the woman, because of all social issues and social conditioning. The female in her is like the lioness. The female in her is like the female dog. The female in her is like the female cat. Have you ever seen animals operating? The male is always the one pouncing with authority, with force. Yeah, and the female just submits. Yeah. It's no different with your female human being. So it's a lot to learn. Maybe I need to start a new channel. Actually, I wanted to start a new channel call it Men Superpower Game. But anyway, that's enough for that. Who's new here? Say hi and let's get out of here. Isa Azil, thank you. Thank you for that Cash App. I will see you guys on Monday. Monday, we have an interview with Ambition Matters. Ambition Matters will be here. He has some topics he will be presenting us. I think he emailed me back. I haven't checked the email. He's very knowledgeable on in this work. And Ambition, he's preparing. Oh, there we go. I got his email. Here was what he says. Hey King, hope all is well and crushing it. The title I would like to discuss is Sex Energy is the Source to Action. 5 topics you can break in parts. The power of enthusiasm, self-direction, the universe is mental, kill what kills you, and emotional intelligence. So that's gonna be dope. Ooh, I'm loving this. This guy is ready. That's gonna be dope. So that's for Monday. That's gonna be this upcoming Monday at 8 p.m. EST time. It's good to have brothers. I think I'm probably the only male in this space of NoFap, Semen Retention, Sex Energy Transmutation who have interviews with other creators or even guys from the audience and guys from off the street, because it's not a one-man show. I mean, unless I'm talking to other guys, then what influence am I really having? So I have a church background, I have a pastoral background, which means I believe in a teamwork or consolidation, a panel, like we have the pastor, the assistant pastor, the deacons, and bring people together, not a one-man show type of thing. So if you can tune in this Monday, I will see you this Monday night. But until then, just remember, you are king. Stay in your kingdom. This is Man Superpower. I'll see you soon. You are on the right path, okay? You are on the right path. You are on the right journey. The journey of self-discovery. The journey of self-love. The journey